And welcome back inside the Sandman Center here in Kamloops, British Columbia, and the 103rd Memorial Cup presented by Kia. I'm your host, Laura Diakun, joined alongside Cheryl Pounder, as well as Craig Button. For the first time in franchise history, the Seattle Thunderbirds are through to the final here at the Memorial Cup, and they can look to their player of the game, that being Kyle Krinkovic, who absolutely loves playing Peterborough. In the round robin, had a hat trick. Here tonight, gets a goal, and again, he was at the center of everything.
Well, he's been the center of everything all tournament long. 5 goals, which leads the tournament now. And him and his line, they've been so effective. They have been the best line in the tournament, in my opinion. Heavy on the puck, physical when they have to be, and knowing how to create. This is Gunther as he gets to the middle of the ice to break the trap. He is very aware of where he needs to put this puck. And skating on it is Jared Davidson, who does a real good job with timing to create a 2-on-1. And this is a key right now to isolate the defender. And then they'll do a little bit of a switch. Davidson will run some interference, and Krinkovic recognizes, I'm going to put this puck to the net. Put pucks to the net, good things happen. And he doesn't just sit around and watch it. He goes right to the paint. So 5 goals, 3 assists on the tournament right now. He had 4 shots on goal. He's done everything extremely well. All
right, well, let's hear now from the player of the game, Kyle Krinkovic, with Julia.
Sunday, June 4th.
Kyle, you're officially going to play for Memorial Cup. What's it feel like?
Hasn't really sunk in yet. I mean, that was a hard-fought game. They were an unbelievable team, but good effort by our team, and we're going to get some rest and a lot of excitement, that's for sure.
What will you remember about that game?
I think Milic, he was unbelievable tonight. He gave us a chance to win, and then, the guys battled, and this is why you want to play in these big games. So I'm going to remember this one forever.
What's the reset going to be like tomorrow?
Yeah, I think obviously watch some video. We lost to them earlier, so watch some video, see what we could do, and just get our rest.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What a marquee matchup we had in net here tonight in Kamloops as well. Thomas Milic on one side. You look at the resume, Cheryl. WHL Goaltender of the Year, WHL Champion, WHL Playoff MVP. Oh yeah, and he won a gold medal at the World Juniors back in January, and now he has a chance to add a Memorial Cup to that.
Yeah, pretty impressive performance tonight. And he wasn't busy early, and sometimes this can be real difficult as a goaltender to stay mentally sound and in the game and sharp and make those timely saves when you're not seeing a lot of action. And he did it. He made those timely saves, and that's just the quiet confidence that he possesses. He got to the top of his crease. He anticipated really well, making 27 of 28 saves. When the game gets tough and it's a 1-goal game, you got to find a way to come up with that save. And you know that the Peterborough Petes, they can be opportunistic. Well, he shut the door, and he did it. He's put on the clinic this entire season. The reason why he was the WHL playoff MVP. He's just continued his course, and now his biggest game is yet to come, Laura, as he's going to be matched up against a tough goaltender and William Russo with the Remparts.
Going to be very clear. Whatever team he's played on this year would not have won without him in the net.
Yes, and we can say the same about the other crease here tonight, and the OHL playoff MVP, that being Michael Simpson, has staved off elimination 4 times in these playoffs, including twice here at the Memorial Cup. Wasn't his night. The pesky Petes, time kind of ran out on them a little bit, but they wouldn't have been in the semifinal if it wasn't for him.
Wasn't the Petes night. Michael Simpson did everything to try to make it the Petes night. He was brilliant. He was awesome. And when you think about the Petes' best player, playoffs, in the Memorial Cup, there's no question who it was. It was number 31, Michael Simpson. And time again, he was called upon to make those grade A saves. And a lot of great opportunities for the Seattle Thunderbirds in this game by a lot of their top players. And all Michael Simpson did in this game was shut it down. All he did when called upon in elimination games was shut it down and give his team a chance to win. You talk about the calm, the cool, the composure of a goaltender under the brightest lights, under the most serious demands, knowing that there's no margin for error. Michael Simpson not only rose to the occasion, he rose far above it. Just brilliant for the Peterborough Petes.
All right, well, that does it for us here on the panel. Let's turn it over to the booth now and say hello to Kevin Sawyer and Victor Findlay.
Well, our Memorial Cup final is set. The Seattle Thunderbirds, who came into this tournament as perhaps the favorites to win it, and Quebec, who have showed throughout the course of this tournament they absolutely deserve to be in this final.
This is going to be a good one. It's really interesting the way that this one lines up. Both teams lost in the conference final last season in their respective leagues. Both teams thought that they were good enough to win last year, so they learned from some hard knocks, and now both teams, in my opinion, can play different style of games. It's Quebec that is more of a patient team. They're an opportunistic team where they'll wait for you to make a mistake and pounce. They beat Seattle 3-1 in their first meeting in this Memorial Cup. Seattle proved tonight that they can play it any way you want to. If the game opens up, they've got the star power, they've got the finish, they've got the speed to do that. If it slows down, well, they've got the goaltender in the defense as well to match it. Patrick Waugh's team is coached excellently. Both teams are. This is going to be a good one.
It was a 3-1 win in the round robin for the Quebec Remparts, and with that they cinched their spot in the Memorial Cup final. And of course, we've got an off day tomorrow on Saturday, but Sunday for all the marbles, the Memorial Cup final starting at 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern.